Welcome to Biomutant. The night could be fun. Let's see. Check out that shopperia over there. Wonder what they used to sell. That's a flesh wound. There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place for rest and recovery, when day can become night, and the other way around. Rubber scrap is too much fun. So stretchy. Urfidurf outpost. The Jagni tribe claimed this forever. There's the tyrant who runs this outpost. He didn't expect his tribe to lose, as they're the ones that are ruthless. But now that you're working with their rival, he can see why. Ruthless, as in they take no prisoners. He wants you to believe him when he says they have no intention to become captives either. It's their last line of defense. Once their guardian falls, they'll surrender. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Thinks you did a great job capturing the rival's third outpost, and believes the rival is weak enough to engage them at their fort. Says it will be a relief to finally have it over. He knows things that you need to know. The rival tribe only has one outpost left. It's time to finish what you started. Shine's happy that the Myriad can count on a friend as bright as you. Understands you have other places you need to go. He knows things that you need to know. The rival tribe only has one. Says you should take it easy. The rival tribe only sparkles about. He knows things that you. Thinks you did a great job capturing the rival's third. They all. There's a change in the air. Feels like daybreak. Sometimes your mind creates an illusion where it's possible to go back in time to relive a moment in your life. We all have things in our past we wish hadn't happened, and can come to remember seeing and doing things that never happened. However, there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different. Choose the automaton functionality you want to recall. Good thing you recalled how to activate the automaton's health injector. That will be useful. Embrace the day. It's a cold zone. Even a thick coat of fur is enough to keep you warm here. That's a toxinol zap station. It's a brand new day.
There, mes fasolala.
Says you're welcome to stay as long as you want.
Di nabukelio.
Has plenty to do, so no worries. This is called suburbia, a place to get away from the city stink. This story needs a hero. muscle squeezer over there can make you stronger. Go grab the bar and start squeezing those muscles. You snap that off, feeling pumped up. That's a Terra Globus from the back in time, an atlas mapper that unearthed. You need to swivel the Globus's bearings to get the atlas mapper to work. You need to swivel the Globus's bearings. You need to swivel the Globus's bearings. You need to swivel the Globus's bearings. Check out that day. There it is, the tree of life. The idea that all life is related by common descent, where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future. A representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. The yerp fields, where the echo of your actions resounds clearer than any other place you'll find, except for where that's not true. This actually feels refreshing. You the Prowler. Nice. Some barked wood scrap for you. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. What do you think his are? He's the one that's called Out of Date, remember? Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as key energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Goop in the southeast. Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Goop.
Ja, Jumawa.
He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Goop and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porky-Puff needs to be handled.
Pilvov ugvuhu vobra boom.
Out of Date says that Goop is worried now that the Southeast World Eater is stepping up its activity.
Come huipa.
He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done.
Come huipa.
Out of Date suggests that you should head southeast as fast as possible and see what you can do to help.
Ububu dubuko.
He wonders what's on your mind.
Ilia antuf.
Wishes you goodbye. The darkness swallows everything at night. The best stories are about heroes. This is such a story. Let's see. Something or someone has made a nest here. The night is ending soon. You're at the quarrel spot. Just disgusting to see it destroyed like this. You don't have the key energy back. Look here, another toxinol dump. You're empty of key. There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place... You're going to need something that protects you in order to descend. Says the state of the goo has grossed over time. It's a miracle anything still lives in it. It's hard for all sorts of guppo to breathe while coated in gunk, not to mention swim. If it wasn't for Gil, who gives them a good scrub now and then, they'd probably be dead and gone. Claims he's the miracle, the one who works hard to keep the guppos clean. Says there's a lot of shore, but you look for a clean part of it and Gil will be there with you. He tries to clean things up to give the guppo a chance. Good to see someone care about a dying world. Figures Gil would appreciate that, and so... Careful. This place might look serene, but it is not. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? Let's see.
Vadivi.
Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was. He recalls you wouldn't put in the time required to learn how to swim. He bets you regret that now. He understands you've returned to face Lupa-Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven that you'll find peace.
The light shines on!
Yes, break it in half. Crack that light.
It's just a break, a short pause.
A break, as in broken.
This can be fixed.
Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo. Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf. Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit. So you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to... It's not that it won't keep your head above the surface, but it needs improving to carry you across the thick goo out by the Porky Puff. There are places up ahead far worse than this. Chin up. Feel that sunshine. Not enough key energy. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. There are things out there waiting for you. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There's debris floating around on the surf that might be blocking your path or needs to be towed. That means you'll need a device so you can get it out of your way. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks, squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find Quacks. He's not sure, but the Quacks are probably a leftover from a cargo surfer that went under in the olden days. The squeaky material must have made them surface when their box broke. Take a moment to absorb the day. Welcome to the Surf Archipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goop. You're poking around Hockbur, a prime village. Says the tribe Sifu sent them here to help defend against the rival tribe that's been terrorizing their village. Isn't sure how long the village will last if it continues. As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't enough to bring the village to its knees already. That's what they call the blight that's been haunting the land since the old world ended in the apocalypse around here. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. They need your protection and help to restore their village. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Says talking to you was interesting. Even with the world ending, there are fresh days ahead. has no doubt you've earned the trust and support of this village. Actions speak louder than words. You did good here. Is always willing to listen. You did good here. Says the sound from the mini-metal can drive you crazy. But hope isn't lost. Yet. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. Is always willing to listen. You did good here. Says you should take it easy. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Ja.
Let's see. This place is wonderful, but this says the Netra tribe is known for their unorganization. Says you should take it easy. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Guesses he does, but it's a long life in a wild world. Sometimes he's shaken, not stirred. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wonders if you could take the time to help a man slake his own thirst. You'd be doing him a liquid solid. You're a do-gooder, so you know you want to. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, but that's nowhere near as quick and easy. Who wants to stop to chew? Wants to raise a glass to you getting the world fixed up a bit. Respects how you always try to help, no matter that the world's fate is hard to swallow. Sees why you joined up with the Myriad. They like a peaceful drink, just like you. Says he sells them drinks. They mostly suck them down on their own. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, And radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportioned to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up. Figures the real problem is finding something to drink. He wants you to know he has other interests, too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like Quack's. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings. Glad to see you up at the crack of... This thing purrs like an aqua cat. The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. Stories only survive if someone is listening, so pay attention. That's shut and good. That paid off. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. It moves like a jet. Gulp says he'll bibble anything once, as long as it's drinkalicious, even rocket fuel. He once mixed up some tankers and drank that. It was a real lift-off. That leads him to the bottom of that particular bottle. Radium syrup. If only he could find a tanker truck to empty. He's not in a state to go looking, so he's counting on you to help. Go thinks you're not the only one who... What were we talking about again? Let's build something. Smashy bash. Made it better. Someone has to end this plague before it's too late. Gun it! This gutway has centuries of old waste. It's starting to rain. Gross. This place stinks. It's so vibrant out during daylight. Itchy trigger finger. For being cut off from the surface, this isn't too bad. Flex those smart muscles and open the hatch. That should be enough glow juice for two. But relaxing isn't really your thing. Thinks the end of the world is a lot quieter than it should be, especially without their best pals. There's a string plonk not too far from here. Would make beautiful music. Seems like a shame to let a decent string plonk sit around unplayed. claims it was his pal Funk Punk, the best plonk man in the land. Maybe if you listen for the string plonk, you might hear someone playing it. Or not. Once you find the string plonk, be careful with it. Aren't too many of those around. Funk Punk's been missing so long. Hope you find it. Seems glad to hear it'll be in good hands. Keep at it. It's poetic.
Hey, you humbug.
Gulp says he wants to take you with him on a super funny happy slide. Sharing is caring, and one drink for two is just right. Gulp says seeing your face is like seeing his own reflection at the bottom of a glass. It never gets old. He's been looking forward to a rendezvous, and it's on you to make it happen. There's even a chance the syrup is more intoxicating now from being aged in a radiated tanker. He's sure there are even more tanker trucks with radium syrup out there waiting to be emptied. Figures you could do that, but only Gulp knows which boozy ooze is safe.
Nothing shines like the dark. Oh, no, wait. Oh, well, you know.
Just when you think there's no hope, hope comes along.
Blinded by the light.
Shining like a brand new day.
Next time, go with your gut. Your dark, dark gut.
Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what's on your mind. Has plenty to do, so no worries. Gulp thanks you, says a drink or two won't do any harm. He refuses to drink alone. You're his friend now. Gulp says he just can't get enough of that crunky syrup. It's so refreshing. Don't you agree? He really appreciated that you shared a drink with him. You took a risk and deserve a reward. So he intends to keep the promise he gave you when you first met. He's got a few things, you see, that no one else has. Says he's always happy to make new ones rather than let the drinks sit alone. Gulp says he's heard a juicy rumor that you found an ark. He wonders what kind of drinks that might inspire. Says he's happy for you, even if it means he might lose his thirstiest customer. Hard to know what you'd do with an ark if the world survives, but maybe that's why it's still here, right? Says he's ready to toast your effort to keep the world juicy. It's drink-worthy either way. Wants to know if you might want a master blender along on your ark trip.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
Cannot believe you chose him to go along. Says he's going to come up with a glorious new drink for your trip. It's hard to understand the guzzle, but it's something about flip-flop the flip-flops and not getting sauced. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Thinks it's enough to keep things as they are. Says talking to you was interesting. Promises he'll be there for the blast-off. Drinks all wet and ready.
Kelly.
It's hard to understand the guzzle, but it's something about flip-flop the flip-flops and not getting sauced. Seems surprised you have to go. There's a lot on the line here. Pancakes, anyone? Smells like low tide. Tread soft. That's a monster nest, if ever I've seen one. There are places a goo glide can't go. A peak spot is a great place to stand if you want to see things for what they are. Plastic scrap like that over there could be useful. We are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome.
Map kule namu.
Says you should bob around more often.
Edreketoa.
Says they like your kind.
Las litsa uituit.
Says talking to you was interesting.
Igumahukota.
Says you should bob around more often.
Igumahukota.
Says you should take it easy. Hard to believe this is all here. That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out-of-Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out-of-Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. He seems happy to talk. Remembers you as a quiet kid. Grateful you got over that. Says you should take it easy. He seems happy to talk. Says you should take it easy.